First and 10 from the 47. Oh, a pick! And he's going to go! He's got the range! He's got the distance! It's going to be a touchdown, Baltimore! Oh, my! Giovanni Bolt bolts his way for 6, and Baltimore's back in front!
The fact that we have people shouting our names when we do something amazing or something embarrassing, it's a feeling I can't even describe. It's something else.
He shakes a tackle, and he's into the end zone. At the end of the end zone, yes, he is. Put it on the board. 3 touchdowns. It's a hat trick from Bentley.
Move on to the next play. On first down, Christensen firing over the middle. He's got Gossett. Gossett broke away from the tackle down to the 20. 10-5 end. He's in for the Tallahassee touchdown.
In the second quarter. So the Hackers going through the Sandwich against the right side. He just laid somebody out. Oh, he's going! Still going down to the 40, to the 35, to the 31 man to stop him. And breaks that tackle and slowed him down enough.
It's emotional, it's fun, it just encompasses a lot. And I never thought that a product like this would do something like that for me.
Jackson drops back to pass, fires deep down the left-hand side, one-handed catch into the end zone. He goes, Corey Jones, touchdown, Tulsa.
Beat him on the corner route.
And Chicago blocks the punt, and they recover it, and Chicago's going all the way, and the Wildcats take the lead on a block. I can't believe it. What?
As Cochran goes back to pass and fires it to his right. It is caught. Jeff Como says Como estás as he broke the tackle and he's going to take it to the house.
My player, he had like 200 and I think like 48 yards in one game, 3 touchdowns, receptions. Felt like it was me, like I was a star. So I like that a lot.
It was his 4th of the season. Leads the league. And Hollywood will get this foot out. Another dynamic back with some room. And Hollywood, oh, stop and go. 2 spins. Oh, unbelievable. That is the best touchdown I have ever seen.
Miller nearly sacked by Sawyer. Deep ball down the field. Oh, broken tackle. He's gone. Touchdown for Denver. What is happening here in Vice Wars? We've got a shootout in prime time.
Cochran to throw. Steps up deep, right side. That's intercepted. Back the other way. Houston got the play they needed on defense, and they turn the ball over with a minute 6 left.
Welcome to Game 2 of the semifinals to determine who will head to Denver to take on the Nightwings in the championship game. Tonight's matchup features the number 3 Seattle Tyrants facing the number 2 Baltimore Vultures. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Vultures Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm Mike Daggs. Alongside with me in the booth is the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. Our production crew is led by Commissioner Cameron Irvine, along with Gerald Smith tracking our live stats. Matt, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. It's hard to believe it's our last call of the season.
I know. It went by too quick. Matt, these two teams met back in Week 8 in a game that came down to the final 2 minutes. Ultimately, Baltimore pulled off the win, but Seattle nearly had a chance after recovering an onside kick, but the kick hadn't gone quite far enough, resulting in a penalty. That was the end of that one. Tonight's matchup, it's a rematch. It features the highest stakes these two franchises have had yet, with a trip to the championship game on the line. Both teams feature a top 5 offense and top 10 defenses through the regular season. What can we expect to see from these two teams tonight?
Well, it's the semifinals. The spot in the championship is on the line, and I wouldn't expect anything less but the best from either team. I'll keep it short and sweet tonight. It's Sandlin versus Gaines, the game within the game. In the quarterfinals, Tallahassee gashed Mexico City with a run, despite only being much more pass-heavy, and won. Obviously, these are different teams, but the theme is the same. My bold prediction: whoever uses the running back most effectively will come out victorious. Who will make it to the championship, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, then let's head down to the field and get this one started. Looks like Seattle has the ball teed up, ready to kick it away to the Vultures. Giovanni Bolt back to receive, has a kick return touchdown and a punt return touchdown on the season. Always a dangerous weapon. Taking it from his own 11-yard line, Bolt up the middle, Goes off to the right, breaks a tackle, trying to break a second. You can see the kick return power that he brings to the field right there as he returns that one out to the 34-yard line. Let's take a look here at the key players on the Baltimore Vulture offense, led by quarterback Mike Dazzo in his 8th season in the league. Halfback is T. Roy Gaines, who you mentioned, Matt. Fullback, Cliff Boston. Wide receivers are Bishop Warfield and Daley Holder. Lloyd Graham Jr. is the tight end. First down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Dazzo will throw to get things started tonight. Over the middle, one-handed catch. Hauled in up at the 48-yard line, pulled in by Bishop Warfield.
Good start for Baltimore. Gets their first down really early. And interesting to see. I said running game. So will they try to fool Seattle and go pass heavy, or will they maintain balance?
Well, they are a run-heavy offense. T. Roy Gaines, the 5th place back as far as carries on the league, and he takes a carry here. A rare loss for Gaines on his first carry of the night. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Taking a look at the owner profile for Tim Johnson, owner of the Baltimore Vultures. He owned the Crabs from seasons 3 through 9. Granted the expansion Vultures in season 11, and here we are with them in the semifinal game looking to get into the championship here tonight. Dazzo on second down and 11. He throws a pick. That one's taken away by Mario Martino. The undrafted rookie gets a pick and takes it away for the Tyrants.
Yeah, and Gaines wasn't too successful on that first handoff. But again, if you go too pass heavy, this is a risk. Seattle's defense is quite good.
Just like that, Seattle takes over. Jacques Luyendula leading his offense out onto the field with halfback Zach Sandlin lined up behind him. Wide receivers are Mason Kirby, Jr., Senior the third, and Nick Castle. The tight end, Tristan Carr. First down and 10. Sandlin takes a handoff off tackle to the right, breaks through one tackle, breaks through two, and he's off to the races back past the 40-yard line into Baltimore territory just like that.
That's what Sandlin can do. Give him a one-on-one matchup, and he'll blow through him. A little off-tackle run here. Fullback gets involved. There's a nice block right there on, well, kind of. Good field position for Seattle now. Gets a chance to put some points on the board.
I mentioned Gaines was 5th in the league in carries. Higher than him, Zach Sandlin, 2nd in the league in carries. 301 during the regular season. Over 1,500 yards. Also good for 2nd place in the league. Luyendula to throw on first down. Short pass over the middle. That one is hauled in and complete to Nick Castle. Good for a gain of 5. Will bring up a 2nd down and 5.
That's if it's working, mixing the run, the short passing game, you don't have to take many risks. So Baltimore's going to have to step up and, take away one of those two things, or it could be a long night for the defense.
2nd down and 5 from the Baltimore 34. Luyendula looking to pass again. This one over the middle and incomplete. Trying to hit Mason Kirby, but that one was well defended. Will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Let's take a look at the key players here on this Baltimore defense. Defensive linemen are Tucker Lewis, Chad Rowland, and Mac Chima. Linebackers Joe Dazzo, Sir Ron Yates IV, and Amon Takes. Corners are Kaz McFly and Hendricks Thornberry, both with pick sixes the last time these teams met. Safeties Marvin Himes, Tony Willis, and Giovanni Bolt. 3rd and 5 from the 34. Luyendula to throw over the middle. That one is hauled in, complete to Junior, Senior the third. Good for a first down to the Baltimore 22.
Fit in there, tight spot, good throw. Keeps the drive alive, and that's big because now you're thinking touchdown.
And points off turnovers, Matt. You always talk about it being a key to victory in games, and a turnover on the first possession for Seattle. So far looking like a early difference maker in this one, as they're already in field goal range. Luyendula to throw, checks it down to Sandlin in the backfield. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, tackled by Joe Dazzo. No gain on the play, 2nd down.
I think Joe Dazzo's been around since the prehistoric age.
Since the dawn of time. He's also been around for 8 seasons, man.
It was around when the Tyrants were around. Those little
when dinosaurs ruled the earth.
But Sandlin didn't catch the ball with momentum, and he got tackled easily.
Offset eye, Sandlin taking the handoff, running untouched for a good 7 yards. Tackled at that point up at the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 3. Some of the best ever, the Vultures veteran superstars. You can see quarterback Mike Dazzo, 5th all-time with 27,187 yards. T-Roy Gaines climbing that leaderboard as well, as he's almost at 4,500. Joe Dazzo, he just mentioned, up there too. A lot of key veterans on this Vulture squad. Louis Ndula into the end zone, touchdown, and a late hit. Tristan Carr, throw it to the tight end, Matt. That's how you get points on the board.
Yeah, I think he got, late hit.
So the touchdown will stand.
Man, I tried to go for 2.
Late hit was called on him on takes, yeah.
Half the distance, give it to Sandlin at the 1 yard line. It's kind of tempting. Probably just kick the field goal, but
yeah, they'll probably trot out Chip Longfellow.
I mean, the extra point. See, I pulled a mic. I said a field goal.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, Matt.
The balls are kicked through.
Chip Longfellow will indeed kick the aforementioned extra point try. Interesting fact, Matt. Well, you know what? We'll get to it after this field. Oh gosh, look what you've done. After this extra point. Snap kick up and through. Seattle on the board early with the early lead in this one. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We're going to take a short break, and we will return to the action. You're watching the second game in the semifinals. Stay with us. Welcome back to Vultures Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. Seattle with the lead. Matt, when these teams met in Week 8, Baltimore never trailed. Never trailed once. The game was tied a couple times. Baltimore was never losing. Here early in this one, points off turnovers.
Points off turnovers. And usually I say one of my keys is the team that turns the ball over most is probably going to lose. So see if Baltimore can get one back.
You see the stats on that matchup. Vultures scored a special teams touchdown and 2 defensive touchdowns. That was the 2 pick sixes by McFly and Thornberry. Sandlin, season low 98 yards. I mean, for a running back, for that to be the season low, that's not too shabby.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Dazzo to throw on first down. He also finds his tight end, Lloyd Graham Jr., with the catch for 9.9. He'll bring up 2nd down and inches. Let's take a look at the defensive stars here for the Seattle Tyrants. Defensive lineman Denzel Maverick and Jukin Rukin. Linebackers are Angel Salinas, E.K. Vincent, Lyric Jenkins. Cornerbacks Iverson Gamble, Mario Martino. You saw him on the last drive. Safeties Peter Mitchell, Mahmoud Ajlani, and Kane Vasquez. Power I formation on 2nd down and inches. Checks it down to Gaines. Gaines trucking through the first defender, tackled by the second, but not before a Baltimore first down.
One of the big uglies, number 72, just knocked the man on his butt.
The big uglies.
Watch him pull right here, and I can't see it from there, but they did a good job blocking for Gaines. Gaines with a one-handed catch. Not easy. And, using your running back better between the two. It doesn't have to be, on the ground. It can be through the air or a combination of.
Gaines getting a little bit of payback, trucking through Mario Martino on that one, sending him into the grass. First down and 10 from the 48. Gaines takes the handoff right up the middle, met right at the line by Lyric Jenkins. They'll spot him a yard, but it looked like that was right at the line. 2nd down and 9. Follow us on social media /SimulationFL at SimulationFL on all platforms. Matt, even TikTok. I noticed that we're on TikTok now. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Andy Hamilton, our social media guy, he is everywhere, even where you least expect him. Sometimes it's creepy. Dazzo, out route. That one is hauled in by Warfield. Good for a gain of 3. We'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
You
Baltimore
see
and
there,
Seattle.
yeah, they're pretty good on 3rd down. Tied for
Yep.
first.
Absolutely.
Could we be seeing a multiple slants on this? We will find out. Usually a favorite play among SFL teams.
Dazo alone in the backfield. Out route to the bottom of the screen. That one is caught by Holder.
What the?
Holder's going to be marked 4th and inches. That one might be good for a challenge. I thought for sure he was across that line. Yeah, absolutely he was across the line.
I didn't hear the whistle until he slid. I don't know where the ball was, but yeah, it's definitely something I would challenge.
I just looked at it again on the second monitor here, and they were across. It looks like they're going to go for it. I don't know why they wouldn't just,
No.
especially if they end up burning a timeout here. I don't know why they wouldn't have just challenged, but
Yeah, because
Dazo does indeed
Oh!
snap it, checks it down to Gaines, block out front, and he does get the first down unless the ref doesn't spot it there again. He does indeed get the first down. Wow, gutsy call.
guess they want to save their 2 challenges, but I think they would have won that one easily. Either way, it's a first down. The drive continues.
Trips formation to the top of your screen. Dazo out route to the bottom, hitting Graham Jr. again for a gain of 6. Shout out to all of you who are joining us everywhere you are watching around the world, watching the 11 Sports Network. But special shout out to those of you who are joining us on twitch.tv/11 Sports Next in the chat. 82 of you right now. Cam's game had over 90, so I'm hoping we can beat that number.
Because beating Cam is always good.
That's the goal every week, Matt. Split backs in the backfield. Ball is handed off to Gaines. Hit right at the line. Short gain on the play. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, see, Gaines is not getting the blocking that Samlin got, and it's more important for Gaines to get that kind of blocking. Samlin can just blow up a guy, but Gaines needs a little bit more room. He's a little more wiggly, a little more shifty, a little bit faster, but again, needs a little bit more of an opening.
Great game for Gaines last week. 23 carries, over 200 yards. He got a touchdown. Matt, he averaged 9 yards a carry. It was ridiculous. There he is getting a first down there, running straight up the middle. Got the first down, tackled by Kane Vasquez. First down and 10 from the 28-yard line. So how does the SFL work, Matt? Well, first, go to our website, simulationfl.net, and you can join our Discord community, link in the top right corner. Teams have coaching staffs. They break down film in order to build a game plan that will be effective against their opponents, and users can improve their player each week. They get their career stats tracked, progression. It's a very dynamic lead.
Look out!
Dazzle going to the end zone.
Oh!
Look at that. Touchdown, Daly Holder. Just went right over the top, got past the defender, and in to most likely tie this one up.
I saw the arc on that ball. I'm like, oh no, he threw a pick. But the old vet, the arm ain't what it used to be, but it can still, float a nice accurate ball over the top.
Daly Holder just absolutely torching the coverage there. He was being covered by a safety. Into the end zone.
There's some fumes coming out of him.
Back when these teams last met, Holder had 5 receptions for 70 yards. Just got a big chunk there and into the end zone for a touchdown. Wasn't able to do it against Seattle last time around, and we're all knotted up. Shark Tarkington with the extra point. Tie game here with 3:04 left to go in the first quarter. Looking to see who's going to join Denver in the championship game. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this. And we're back here in Baltimore. Game all tied up. Matt, I mentioned how Baltimore never trailed in the game. The last time these teams met, They also didn't trail last week either. Well, they were facing Atlanta. They are used to playing with the lead or with the tie, down early in this one, but tied this one back up, and it's a whole new ball game.
That's a stat. Undefeated at home since February 11th.
Yeah, that's a good stretch and a good thing to have playing here at home tonight. Looking to get to their first championship game. Luyendula checks it down to Sandlin behind the line of scrimmage. Sandlin's able to sneak his way up to the 25-yard line. Sandlin with a great regular season, mentioned it already, 301 carries in the regular season, 1,572 yards. He averaged over 5 yards a carry, had 10 touchdowns on the regular season. Added another 3 through the air as he had 49 receptions for 255 yards. A very dynamic player. Matt, you mentioned it in your opening. Both of these teams with dynamic running backs.
Oh,
Sandlin's showing some power on that one as he blows through the middle of the field. Broke 3 tackles on his way up to midfield. Wow.
Those poor bodies. These are just victims right here. Watch these guys go flying. 31. Oh, I couldn't even see the second guy. He fell down so fast. That's what I'm saying. Is Sandlin doesn't need quite as much space as Gaines does because he doesn't have the top end speed, but he can do stuff like that. Just make people disappear.
And take a look at the reaction to that run in the chat. People going wild. 80 people with us in the chat. If you'd like to be part of the live chat, who's in this chat? Well, these are players, coaches, league staff, team staff from other teams. Twitch.tv/11sportsnext, and you can watch the game and chat there. Vancouver Legion in the house. Mentioned him earlier, Andy Hamilton. Andy, what on earth are you doing on TikTok, my friend? Anyhow, Luyendula back to pass. Has a wide open receiver. Tristan Carr, touchdown. That's 2 for him on the day already. Wow.
Throw it to the tight end.
That's what you got to do, Matt. That's what I keep trying to say.
Yeah, they blitzed, and it was picked up well enough. Luyendula sat back. He used every second of that pocket he had. Look at, there's no one on him. Then he's got enough breakaway speed to just say bye-bye to a couple of corners. That's a good tight end right there.
6'7", 249-pound Tristan Carr in his 4th season in the league. 2nd season with the Seattle Tyrants. Actually, technically the first with the Tyrants, right? Because this is their 1st season in the league. Last season with Dallas Lobos, who relocated to Seattle and were rebranded the Tyrants under the leadership of Crash Combs. Extra point is up and through, and Seattle reclaims that lead. A whole lot of football coming up in this game, and still more football left for the Simulation Football League. We have the championship game, Matt, next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. Pre-game show kicks off at 7:30 p.m., and then the game itself kicks off at 8 p.m. Those are Eastern time. And the rookie draft, which will be live in studio at 11 Sports in good old Massachusetts, December 14th. Saturday night. Whoa! Giovanni bolts up the middle, and here we go. He's off to the races. He had a punt return for a touchdown the last time these teams met. Now he's got a kick return for a touchdown. Baltimore is going to tie it right back up.
The bolt of lightning strikes when you least expect it, when most necessary. And, man, this game, I don't know what the over-under is, but they're putting up points like crazy.
Well,
heavyweight.
Matt, that's what happened the last time these teams met, too. It was actually kind of funny. You and I called that game, and I didn't even realize that until I was preparing for this game, and I'm looking up the stats, and I'm like, oh gosh, that's right. That was you and I on that one. And Kaz McFly had the pick 6, Hendricks Thornberry had a pick 6, Giovanni Bolt punt return for a touchdown, all sorts of defensive and special teams points. Shark Tarkington with field goals. It was nuts. And take a look at the reaction of the chat there. But the first quarter in that game, Matt, the score was 0-0.
It's not anywhere close to that today.
Not today.
We've got 28 times the score.
28 times the score in the first quarter. I love it. Final score back in week 8 was 34-31 Baltimore.
What's this gonna be? 64-61?
At least.
I hope so. Be great.
So Vancouver Legion, Andy Hamilton clarifying for me. The SFL has over 1,000 views on TikTok, Matt. Wherever the people are is where the SFL will be. There you go.
I'm not gonna make a comment.
Nick Castle taking it out of the end zone, returning it straight up the middle. He wanted to do his best Giovanni Bolt impersonation, but it wasn't going to happen there. Bishop Mutombo, 6'3", 330 pounds of beef.
No. No return for you.
That was as far as he was going to go, taking it out to the 24-yard line. So Luyandula trotting the offense back out onto the field. 6 of 7 for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I'd love to see a run out of this formation. Look at that. You got 3-3.
Sandlin taking his 5th carry of the night, bringing that one up the middle for only 2 yards. Has 71 yards on the day, thanks in large part to that 31-yarder that he had earlier on.
You know, and those special teams touchdowns almost feel like turnovers, you know. It's just such a quick change of momentum. And
yeah, you know, Seattle reclaims the lead and all
right,
of a sudden,
boom,
poof, gone. Well, and that's what helped him out last time, and already back in it now. And Luyandula back to the sky again, and I was just about to say he's got to be careful, Matt. He's been chucking it around tonight. Yeah, and there's Hendricks Thornberry. Hendricks the Wild Thornberry with the pick 6. And wow, crazy. Yeah, McFly and Thornberry, 17 combined interceptions this season. It's the most by any pair of corners on a team in team history. 3 pick sixes between the two of them as well. Luyandula going over the middle. He's got his target. Junior, senior, the third, down past midfield, tackled at the 44-yard line. This drive will stay alive. 1st down and 10, Seattle.
like I said, a heavyweight fight, just throwing big blows. I mean, this is another big play. And now Seattle's on Baltimore's side of the field and maybe in for some more points. I love me some points.
That's like, just keep scoring. It'll be great.
Yeah.
See if they can get the snap off before the first quarter comes to an end. Empty backfield, and they do with 1 second remaining. Luyandula throws over the middle. That one is caught to the man of the quarter, at least, Tristan Carr. Making all sorts of plays, getting points on the board for Seattle. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter here in Baltimore. You're watching Game 2 of the semifinals. Looking to see who goes to the championship in Denver. Tonight's SFL semifinal game on the 11 Sports Network is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. It's brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL. And by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots of Baltimore brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. I'm Mike Daggs in the booth with the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson, with us, tracking our live stats. The man formerly known as Nathan Blake. Now he's Gerald Smith. I can't keep up with this guy. Louis Undula on first down and 10. Chucks it over the middle for a short gain of 3. Second down and 7. Matt, what are your thoughts on the first quarter?
Offense. I don't think neither offense has made a mistake. It's been just special teams. Well, there was the one pick that led to the 7, but
the early pick by Dazo.
It's just been they just keep answering each other, which is what you want in a championship game.
Now, these two quarterbacks, Matt, both very efficient quarterbacks, top accuracies in the league. That one out of bounds after the catch to Nick Castle, third down and inches. But Jacques Luyendula in the regular season, Matt, 76.5% completion percentage. Usually I round that, but, good for third in the league in completion percentage. Mike Dazo, number 1 at 77.2. That's why I didn't round it this time. Both of them right around 77%, but Dazo just a little bit more accurate. Luyendula with no picks last week, first time since week 1, which helped lead them to victory. No picks so far tonight. Sandlin just crushing through defenders all the way down to the 5. First down and goal for the Tyrants.
Watch this. You're going to see the shoulder, lower the shoulder, and then watch the stiff arm right here. Sit down, sir. So the full plethora of moves there that Zach Sandlin can dish out. And this is like Sandlin time, man. You're getting inside, the 5. I'd spread him out and give him another try.
Can always chuck it to Tristan Carr again. Looks like he's lined up at the bottom of the field. I don't see anybody on him. They do hand it off to Sandlin. Sandlin trucking through a defender, tackled right at the 2-yard line. 92 yards already early in the second quarter and only on 7 carries.
I think he's going to beat his 97 or whatever it was the last time these two faced each other. There you go. Here's the fullback. Let's see what they do here. Off tackle Sandlin, maybe?
Undula hands it off to Sandlin. Sandlin right at the line of scrimmage again. They'll spot him a yard closer. Third down and goal from the 1. And, Matt, this is the semifinals. So you just hand it off to Sandlin 2 more times?
At least once.
At least once, but what happens if he gets stopped at the 1? Do it again?
That's a
or
tough
do you take
call.
the field goal?
In this game, points is points. You don't want to leave anything off the board.
Well, let's see what happens here on third down and 1. Luyendula hands it off to Sandlin. Sandlin hit at the line, breaks through, but then tackled for a loss of 1. So now the decision coming up, Tony Willis with a key stop, 4th and goal from the 2.
Yeah, I think he lost a yard, so you gotta kick a field goal here, unfortunately.
Chip Longfellow out for the field goal try from the right hash. This one a chip shot, no more than an extra point, Matt, from 19 yards out.
So really, they ran kind of a counter run, and it just took too much time to develop. You've got to hit that straight in the hole.
Field goal is up and through from 19, and that'll give Seattle their 3rd lead of the night, 17-14. And, Matt, looking at the storylines coming into the game tonight, number 1 storyline, Seattle. They beat Alaska on the last play of the game last week in the quarterfinals to advance. They became the 8th different franchise to ever win a playoff game in the final minute of regulation, and the first to do it in 3 seasons. No team has ever done it twice, and the only other games in playoff history won in the final minute of regulation are those that you saw there. There were several. A kick taken by Bolt out to the 29-yard line, and they're trying to not get in that same situation tonight.
Yeah, don't bring up the DC Santa Fe game to Ramos. He gets very emotional. That was before I was the quarterback, but he shedded a few tears about that one.
Yeah, well, and then they came to their senses, right, and drafted themselves a Hall of Famer with the last pick in the draft.
Exactly, the Tom Brady of the SFL.
Well, significantly better than that character. Look at this. T-Roy
Nice.
Gaines rumbling up the middle, carrying it all the way up to the 41-yard line. First down and 10 off of a first down and 10. T-Roy Gaines just an absolute beast. 1,188 yards on the season, averaged 4.6 yards per carry.
Nice
16
blocking.
touchdowns on the ground, Matt. That was good for second place in the league. Also had 114 receptions through the air. That was fifth in the league. Almost 600 yards receiving and another 2 touchdowns there. So he's just an all-purpose back that is used heavily in this offense. It really seems like he is the offense here in Baltimore. If he plays well, the team does well.
Well, that's what I said in the opening about the running game. So far, Salen's got it winning, but Gaines hasn't done anything wrong.
Short pass over the middle, complete to Bishop Warfield. Good for another Baltimore first down as they keep the ball moving on this drive.
Yeah, as we've seen, both offenses, they've had no problems. There's been a couple third downs, but mostly they've just been kind of big chunks of yardage through the air and through the ground.
Mentioned earlier, but T-Roy Gaines, 207 yards and a touchdown, averaging 9 yards per carry last week. Got stuffed at the line there. Last time he played against Seattle, he averaged only 3.5 yards per carry. So, he was held to 77 yards. We mentioned that Sandlin was held to a season-low 98 yards. But, they did a good job stopping Gaines on the other side of the field as well. 22 carries for 77 yards, only 3.5 per carry. Not his best game, but they still pulled out the victory. Trips formation on second down and 11. Out route to Warfield up the top of the screen. That one good for a first down. Warfield running over the defender to the 31. And Baltimore just keeps on moving the sticks.
Both teams, like I said, good old EK with a tackle, but look at this. You got to wrap up better than that. You're a safety, and got to get the man out of bounds. Don't let those big, any more yards be gotten by, a receiver or running back. Just meet him in the hole, tackle him, just let him get what he gets.
First down and 10. T-Roy Gaines off tackle to the right. Hit at the 26-yard line and brought down on the play by Martino.
That's an interesting kind of run. That was way to the outside, but now it's 6 yards. Sold.
Well, you mentioned, trying to get Gaines in a little bit more open space to help him get those yards. And, so we'll see a variety of runs up the middle, off to the side. A couple of good defensive linemen here on this Tyrants defense with Denzel Maverick and Jukin Rukin. Split backs in the backfield. Second down and 4. That one complete to Warfield, able to turn around and get past the line to gain. And they just keep on moving the chains, Matt.
Yeah, Warfield had to come back for the ball, but he did a great job of just stopping his momentum, turning around, going forward, and just, getting that past that first down marker. A lot of times you see those passes and they're just losses. But both teams just keep moving forward.
I formation here on first down. Dazzo checks it down to Gaines. Gaines with some room to run, tackled by E.K. Vincent up at the 10-yard line. And Gaines, a little slow to get up, but he's back on his feet, heading back to the line.
Yeah, Vincent might have saved a touchdown. He had good blocking ahead of him, but
once Gaines gets up to full speed, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah, say that about both guys.
Yeah, both of these backs pretty big. 6'2", 240 pounds for Gaines. Sandlin's got him by 20 pounds, Matt. 260 pounds.
Is that
Gaines
legal?
met at the line of scrimmage. Is it legal?
That's like making Brandon Jacobs blush.
I am not in charge of league weigh-ins, Matt, so I don't know. Third down. The things that you come up with. Third down and 1 from the 10.
I guess I could put Sandlin in as an old country buffet boy at 260.
Dazzo to throw on third down. Throws it to Gaines, but wrapped up immediately. Well played by Martino. Tackle for a loss on the play back to the 14-yard line, and that's going to bring up a fourth down, and Shark Tarkington will come out onto the field for the field goal try.
That's one luxury Baltimore has over Seattle is they got the Shark. He's got a few more yards and as far as range and much more accurate than Seattle's kicker. So if it comes down to
there's absolutely no beating around the bush on that one. Shark Tarkington is the superior kicker in tonight's game. 22 of 23 on the season. This one is up and through from the right hash, 31 yards out, and Baltimore once again ties it back up. Back and forth we go here in Baltimore. You're watching the Simulation Football League, Game 2 of the semifinals. Winner of this game will head to the championship to take on the Denver Nightwings in Denver. We'll be back after a short break. Stay with us. And welcome back to Baltimore. Jacques Luyendula about to get the ball back as the Seattle Tyrants take back over on offense. That one taken by Nick Castle, 3-4 yards deep in the end zone, and he tries to take it out. That was a mistake.
No.
That did not work out too well for the return man, Matt Simmons, with the tackle. Seattle's 0-2 when allowing 30-plus points. They're 11-0 when they don't this season. So that's a key thing to keep an eye on, is we're already halfway there, and we're almost to halftime. That was not a musical cue.
It wasn't either. It was
Luyendula out route. That one complete to junior senior the third. And Matt Luyendula is one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He was one of only 2 quarterbacks with a triple-digit quarterback rating over the regular season. The other quarterback, the one who led the lead, that would be my broadcast partner, Matt Wilson,
who was not in either game.
Who is not playing anymore this season.
So it doesn't matter.
So it means absolutely nothing. QBR out the window. Luyendula dumps it down to Carr, but swatted down, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. And gosh, we're at risk of actually seeing a punt, Matt.
The no punt game. That'd be a shame. Good job by Yates there, getting right in that lane. I'd love to see Seattle just kind of clear out and run a little screen for Sandlin. I'm guessing he could bowl over a few guys for 5 yards. Depends on the defensive look, but
yeah,
it would be a very easy pass for Luyendula. You don't want to turn the ball over. Oh, no Sandlin.
No Sandlin, unless he's hiding out wide at the top. I can't see, but Luyendula will throw on 3rd down, out route, but that was going to be well out of bounds. Trying to hit junior senior the third, and my goodness, Geronimo Coffins actually is coming out onto the field for a punt. And Matt, that's it's interesting. It has taken this long to see a punter. Baltimore and Seattle were both 2 of the league's best teams at extending drives on 3rd down. Both teams converted 61% of their 3rd downs, and the 2 defenses are bottom 6 in 3rd down defense. Baltimore at 53%, Seattle at 54%. Last season, Alaska won the championship game with the best 3rd down offense and defense. So
whoa. Oh, God.
Bolt trying to make something happen, and Matt's just devastated by those hits.
Well, did you see him? He turned around and then he got wailed on from behind. Like, he didn't have enough punishment going the wrong way. He also had to get jacked in the face. So
Well, Bolt
hopefully he learns his lesson.
No, he wanted to make magic happen. Matt, he's already got a kick return for a touchdown in the game. He wants a punt return for a touchdown, too, just like he had last time.
Don't get greedy. Fumbles are a thing.
They are a thing. Dazzo to throw. Baltimore trying to get their first lead of the night. That one nearly taken to the house by Iverson Gamble. Had his hands on it. Second down and 10.
Might be seeing the defenses, they've seen what the offenses have, starting to adapt, stiffen up a little bit. Not quite as easy as it was in the first quarter.
Matt, the Simulation Football League, it's a great league where you can get involved in various ways. You can also get your own custom apparel as well by Sector 6, our provider of custom esports apparel for the SFL. Look at that floater. Oh, my goodness. Lloyd Graham Jr., the tight ends are making it happen tonight. That one was a duck, but it was hauled in and good for a Baltimore touchdown. Baltimore takes their first lead of the ball game.
I remember I said the old vet and the rainbow. There was another one. I think he's been watching The Wizard of Oz somewhere. Graham just ran straight.
That one looked like a punt to him. It was just going end over end.
Just like,
look at this coming in. Flop, flop, flop.
Graham doesn't have to do anything. He just, follow the rainbow pass. Big pot of gold, 6 points.
Running straight into the end zone, and just like that, Baltimore is out in front with 3:01 to go here in the second quarter. Shark Tarkington on for the point after try. Kick is up and through. 24-17. Now the score here at Vultures Field. And, Matt's got to feel good for the Baltimore sideline. Finally have a lead in this one.
You can't feel good if you're a Seattle fan because, again, Baltimore's at home. Home field advantage is a thing, and now it's it's a little bit harder to come back as the away team. So Seattle needs a nice response here. Maybe they can get a good kick return. We'll see.
Nick Castle back in the end zone to take this one out. This time Wisely takes the knee and brings it out to the 20-yard line. As I was saying before, Lloyd Graham Jr. went and threw off everything with a touchdown. Sector 6 Apparel, the official SFL apparel provider. Matt, they make custom jerseys for a variety of teams. You got to get Ramos on Mexico City, though. You can't quite buy a Mexico City jersey quite yet. Get him going, Matt. Get him going. Luyendula hands the ball off to Sandlin. My goodness, right through the defender. Gets his way up to the 25-yard line, gain of 5 on the play, and quickly approaching the 100-yard mark.
Yeah, but Dazzo did a great job to grab him by the ankles and not let him get really any more yards after he obliterated that man. So it could have been a 10-plus yard gain, limited to a 5-yard gain.
Luyendula under center. Ran into Sandlin on the drop back. Gets the pass off to Sandlin. First down and 10 and a flag on the play. I don't know if there was a face mask or
holding.
Holding.
The way it came out, it looks like holding.
Face mask.
And that is indeed a face mask.
Wow, I didn't see
Mike
it.
1, Matt 0 on the penalties. Yeah, Kaz McFly on the takedown. It looked like he
Let's see if we get
pulled
a
him
replay.
down by the face mask. And
All right,
there it
let's see what
is.
we got.
There's McFly. And Sandlin. And, I don't know.
I don't see a face mask there, but,
A little ticky-tack.
Ref 62, he's infamous for his questionable calls at times.
Hashtag clipping. Ticking down to the 2-minute warning. Sandlin takes the handoff, runs it up into Baltimore territory. We'll be back after a short break. It's the 2-minute warning, and Seattle will take over on first down here in Baltimore territory. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. And welcome back. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Luyendula with a 141.1 rating right now, 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Tristan Carr. 47 yards from the goal line. Hands the ball off to Sandlin. Sandlin hitting the backfield, but breaking through that tackle with ease up to the Baltimore 41-yard line.
Yeah, I think Seattle just keep using Sandlin. If he's getting first downs, I'd give him the ball until one famous coach said he puked, although it didn't work out so well for that particular team, but I think it'll work out better.
Seattle in great position as they kicked off to start the game. They'll get the ball back in the second half. they can score any points on this drive, get the ball back and score again, they could potentially reclaim that lead. 2-yard gain will bring up a 2nd down and 8.
They're running a little clock here, making sure that if they don't get a score here, that Baltimore doesn't have enough time to do something of their own. Now, yeah, they probably got to hurry up a little bit.
1 minute to go, all 3 timeouts, which I would imagine will come into play here soon. Sandlin with the handoff again, sidestepping the defender and getting the 1st down up to the 31. They'll just go into the hurry up and save their
got a nice
timeouts.
Pass audible out of this formation. What do they do?
Will indeed throw. Firing deep down the left side. Picked off. Well covered on that play and easily picked off by the Baltimore defense. Returned up to the 24-yard line. A devastating end to that drive for Seattle. Cass McFly with the pick.
McFly playing lockdown man. That ball looked like it was thrown right to McFly.
Yeah.
And,
Cass McFly is the leading interceptor in the league, Matt. 10 picks during the regular season, including the one that came against Seattle that he returned for a touchdown. Only has the 1 pick 6 on the season, but it's not always about bringing it back to the house. Sometimes it's just about taking it away. As you can see the reaction in the chat to that turnover. The no McFly zone, they call it. Dazzo out route. Complete Daily Holder. 1st down and 10. Up in 35, and they're not going to call any timeouts. They might just be content to go into halftime with the lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a conservative strategy, but man, 3 timeouts, I'd want to throw a couple more down the field.
Offset I formation. Maybe they'll see what Gaines can do on this one and then set up for a Hail Mary. Gaines gets them up to the 37, and they're going to potentially snap it one more time. They call a timeout. And not sure what they'll do here. Thoughts?
For the 37, I don't know. You can't run a play to get out of bounds, so I guess you just have to run some kind of streak and then hope. I don't know.
Tim Johnson not happy with how that went.
Yeah, that was the clock management there was questionable, but Tim has no one to blame from him than himself. He could have called a timeout.
Baltimore Vultures and Seattle Tyrants both 10-2 on the regular season, now both 11-2. Looking to get to that championship game, Matt. One final snap here in the first half. Gaines off tackle to the left and then kind of stops as he just wanted to get down to the ground and take us to the half. Your score after 2 quarters of play, Seattle 17, Baltimore 24. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on the 11 Sports Network. Matt, that'll bring us to the halftime show where we can see the stats and highlights from the first half. Take a look at the team comparison, and Matt, your breakdown of the first half of play.
Well, Seattle made some mistakes, especially at the end there. They left themselves without some points. Look, they're having a much more well-rounded attack than the Vultures are, but Vultures have hit some big plays, so Seattle's got to clean up their secondary play a bit. It's just been, but it's close. It's anybody's game. Seattle gets the ball back on offense, and Sandlin's just been nuking people from orbit.
Yeah, Sandlin's been having a great game. Recapping some of the drive summaries brought to you by Gerald Smith, our stats man. Gerald, special shout out to you since this is our final game of the season with the 3 of us in the booth together. Appreciate you being with us for the majority of games this season and tracking these stats for us. It really is appreciated by both Matt and I more than we can express in words. Baltimore on their first drive, 3 plays, and then it was picked off. Seattle on their first possession, 15-yard touchdown pass to the tight end. Baltimore then answering with a touchdown pass of their own. Then Baltimore returned to punt for a touchdown. Kick return for a touchdown. Seattle, 44-yard touchdown pass on their next drive, and then a pair of field goals by each team. 63-yard touchdown pass by Baltimore. The flopping duck. I don't know what else to call it.
It's a beautiful rainbow.
It was not. It was a flopping duck.
Let's see.
Lloyd Graham Jr. Here it is. Flop, 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 flop.
It's a beautiful rainbow pass.
Good thing tight ends have great hands, Matt.
Some do.
Well, I don't know if I like your tone on that.
I didn't say who.
Yeah, the implication was there.
This was a huge missed opportunity. Luyendula throws the pick there to equalize, and that probably threw at least 3 points off the board that could have gone to Seattle. With the ball back, they could have taken the lead possibly, but we'll see what happens.
Luyendula with no interceptions last week, Matt. They played Alaska. Luyendula threw no picks. It was the first time since week 1. The key to rattling him is pressure. In games where he's been sacked 4 or more times, Seattle's 1-2, having to beat Charleston in overtime in that only game that they won with those 4 sacks. He had a 125 quarterback rating last week, second in the league, as I mentioned, behind the one Matt Wilson. Mike Dazo also threw 2 touchdown passes, no picks in the quarterfinals last week. And both of these quarterbacks, a little bit of a different story tonight, as each of them with an interception. But, very similar stats between the 2 quarterbacks. 11 completions, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick for Luyendula. 15 completions, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick for Dazo. And we'll get the second half going here. Luyendula throwing an out route. That one is caught by Mason Kirby. Short gain on the play.
Half short. Get it started. Get the drive going. Now you can maybe run Sandlin here. Maybe he'll get 5 yards. Maybe he won't. But the running game I definitely would consider in this situation. This down and distance.
Zach Sandlin with 15 rushing attempts, 125 yards in the first half. Luyendula checks it down to him in the backfield. Short gain on the play, 3rd down and 4. This will be 3rd down number 7 for them on the night, about 50% so far.
Yeah, they really need to convert. They're only down 7, but the way Baltimore is playing, you don't want to be down by 10 or 14.
Trips formation on 3rd down. Luyendula under center. He will pass. Fires over the middle. Oh, diving catch attempt by junior senior the 3rd, but it is dropped. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And unfortunately for Seattle, their drive coming out of the second half locker room will come to an end.
Ended in a dud.
Coffins on to punt for Seattle again. Bolt looking to make magic happen, Matt. We saw the kick return for the touchdown in the first half, and he was getting shifty on that punt return.
Will magic happen for his team or the other team? We'll find out.
Bolt has some blockers. Oh, and he fumbles, and it's recovered by Seattle. My goodness, Matt, you're Nostradamus.
I told you got to be careful. Fumbles happen. I said it earlier. If you try to get too tricky with the ball or try to make a move before you've firmly secured the ball, something like that could happen. And again, that changes the complexion of the game. That's a turnover. Let's see if Seattle can get some more points off turnovers.
That's huge. I mean, Seattle with the 3 and out to start the second half, and just like that, not only do they have the ball back, but they're in Baltimore territory, and can see the reaction to the chat. If you'd like to join in that chat, twitch.tv/11sports. Next, Luyendula firing to the end zone. That one is caught. Touchdown, Mason Kirby. The hero from last week gets on the board here tonight.
Seattle's seen something in the playbook, because that's 3 straight passes they've had wide open guys. I mean, there's no one. I could have wheeled that into the end zone.
Mason Kirby with 5 catches for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, Matt. That was the first time this season he's had stats like that, including a 64-yard walk-off touchdown for the win. Kirby somewhat quiet tonight, but he's on the board now, Matt.
If you're going to show up in the playoffs.
That's right. That's right. You may as well.
You can have the greatest quarterback rating ever, and then if you don't show up in the playoffs,
54 receptions, 747 yards in the regular season, 9 touchdowns. That is the leader in touchdowns on the team in the regular season. Gets one on the board for Seattle tonight to tie it back up. We'll be back after a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Vultures Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. Matt, that was once again points off turnovers. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been big for Seattle so far. Just waiting on this return. You never know what's going to happen. But anyways, so Seattle has 14 points off turnovers, and I mean, it's half their points. So Baltimore's got to be careful. They got to be clean for the rest of the game, or it looks like Seattle's just primed to take some more points.
We also haven't seen out of this Seattle defense. Denzel Maverick, the defensive tackle, tied for third place in the league with 15 sacks and 20 tackles for a loss. Looking to see him getting involved in the game here at some point soon. This is a very dominant defense by the Seattle Tyrants. You can see rushing touchdowns allowed 4 for first place in the league. Total defense yards allowed second. Yeah, passing defense, they're third place. First downs allowed, fourth place. I mean, it's just this defense is totally legit and good at stopping even the best offenses in the league. Keeping them right in the ball game tonight. 24-24 is your score right now. We're early in the third quarter. First down pass is complete. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. First down and 10 for Baltimore.
Yeah, and Baltimore now, like I said, they can't let up. They have to come down and respond again, and not let Seattle, back. They're already back in the game, but give them the ball with the lead or with a tie, chance to take the lead. Keep on top of them.
Offset I formation on first down. Dazzo under center. Dazzo will throw, checks it down to Gaines. Gaines did not have the luxury of a blocker on that one. Is brought down. They'll give him 2 on that one. Second down and 8.
Yeah, but good job. He got those 2 yards were hard earned. And
yeah, I didn't think that was going anywhere. When I saw that pass coming to him and there was no blocker, the corner was closing. I'm like, uh-oh. Gaines is going down at the line, but he's able to get 2. 4 wide receivers on the field for second down and 8. Dazzo in the gun to throw, fires deep down the right-hand side. That one's caught, and off to the races. Daly Holder breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown. Baltimore reclaims the lead.
Little Dirty Bird touchdown dance there. Little Dion.
That's the Vultures. That's the Vultures, man.
Yeah, well,
you got to do the Dirty Bird.
Daly Holder there, showing why he's an outstanding receiver. Runs a corner, the old post corner. And just couldn't be caught. Broke a tackle and bye-bye. And, well, I said Baltimore needed to respond off that turnover score by Seattle, and they did. Back to you, Seattle.
Daly Holder, the 6'2", 222-pound receiver. His 5th season in the league. Started out on San Antonio, Matt. 3rd season with the Baltimore Vultures. 770 yards and 4 touchdowns in the regular season. Adding another touchdown onto his total there. Extra point by Shark Tarkington is up and good. Baltimore extends their lead.
Yeah, they extend it. And now Seattle really, I wouldn't say they need a touchdown, but man, it just feels like one of those games where you just have to keep scoring.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. I think both of these teams need a touchdown on every single drive, because if you don't, you're just that's going to be the difference maker. Yeah, that's going to be the difference maker, Matt, is the teams, whichever team is not able to get the touchdown on their drive. And we have seen field goals tonight by both squads. But again, we saw this stat earlier, Matt. 0-2 when allowing 30-plus points. They have, those the only losses they had. They lost them both if they allowed more than 30, and they've already done so tonight early in the third.
Well, stats like that are made to be broken. So
That's right.
I saw a team, lose the turnover battle, 4-0, and they still won the game. So
we've seen some wild stuff this season.
Yeah.
Luyendula out route.
Oh,
that was swatted away by McFly. And Luyendula has to be so incredibly careful against this secondary. Kaz McFly and Hendricks Thornberry, two of the top corners in the league. McFly leading the league in picks. Thornberry right there with him. We mentioned it earlier. This duo combined for 17 interceptions on the regular season and 3 pick sixes, the best in team history, having that pair of corners with that amount of picks. It's just very difficult to throw against this set of defensive backs. That one swatted down too, nearly intercepted.
I find the lack of Sandlin disturbing on this drive. Now they can't use him. I would have gone to him on first down, second down, and maybe third down, but you can't do any of that now on 3rd and 10.
Sandlin averaging 8 yards per carry, so
8 yards. I mean, just give him the ball twice. First down, in theory.
In theory, statistically speaking, yes. Riding the pine for this one. Luyendula to throw, firing, and it's caught. It's hauled in by Kirby. Kirby with his 4th catch of the night. Luyendula now over 200 yards.
I don't know. We've called a lot of games, Mike, but there's been so many big plays. Plays over 20 yards. And here's another one here. Another post corner route.
Testing Thornberry on that one. I thought it was getting picked.
Yeah,
just out of Thornberry's reach.
Yeah. The receiver had a little bit of a size advantage of him and a little bit more separation. Good throw by Luyendula. Now get back to running Sandlin.
And I mentioned how Kirby was having a quiet night. Now he's the leading receiver on the Tyrants. 83 yards on 4 catches and a touchdown.
You have that tendency to call it a receiver and they play well.
And then they step up. That's good. Luyendula fires over the middle. That one hauled in. Let's see. That is junior senior the third with his fourth catch of the night.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to make up for that one drop he had over the middle of the field a couple drives ago. So good on him for bouncing back. And now
2nd down and 1, Matt. How much are you going to flip out if Sandlin does not get the ball here?
I will flip my chair.
Well, good news. You can stay seated, Matt. Sandlin takes the ball up the middle of the 31-yard line.
I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to stay seated.
Yeah. So how can you get involved in this league? Visit simulationfl.net today and join our Discord community. The link is in the top right corner. Can bank progression each week to build draft value for your player. Compete with hundreds of others to become the SFL's next big superstar, like my broadcast partner, the Hall of Fame quarterback, Matt Wilson. Luyendula to throw. Another little rainbow pass. That one swatted down. Those rainbows aren't going to work all night, Matt.
Well, both these quarterbacks, I don't believe, have the strongest arms in the league. They're very accurate, but they're more West Coast type quarterbacks. So fitting it into tight windows, 15 yards down the field, not their forte. And now I would like to see them take to the ground, see what they get. And then if it's, more than 4, throw the ball, if not run.
Luyendula to throw on 2nd down and 10. This one is caught in traffic, hauled in by Tristan Carr with his 4th catch. A lot of 4ths on this drive. Good for a gain of 7. Will bring up a 3rd down and 3. Man Robinson in the chat says, so what did I miss? You missed 55 points.
That's a lot.
So, you missed quite a bit. But we're glad you're here now, along with the other 93 people in the twitch.tv/11 Sports Next chat. Luyendula over the middle, senior the 3rd. Very short gain will bring up a 4th down and 1, and we are going to quite likely see the field goal unit come out onto the field.
Man, that really grinds my gears. Ugh. You throw a route so short of the line. I don't know. Maybe you just give it to Sandlin up the middle. And
the offense is out on the field, Matt. We saw Baltimore go for it successfully on 4th down earlier, and they get him to jump. Free play. Luyendula throws it to nobody at all, but that's fine. He just didn't want to die. So got rid of the ball, and this is going to be an automatic first down, Matt. Wow.
Another Baltimore mistake.
Neutral zone infraction, number 68, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That one called on Dennis Isaac
Oh, if
for
they-
the offsides penalty.
If they score a touchdown here, I'm going to create a new thing called points off penalties. So that would have been 4 points off penalties. They would have only had a 3-point attempt.
Postseason continues after tonight. We have the championship game a week from tomorrow. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the championship pregame show starts. Championship game kickoff at 8 p.m. Denver will be hosting that ball game. The Denver Nightwings beating the Tallahassee Pride earlier tonight. Luyendula with a delayed handoff to
man.
Sandlin.
A shovel pass.
Gains 3 up the middle.
I know all about those shovel passes. They're risky. I've seen some thrown to the other team. Not a the finest moment. I didn't do it, but I've seen it. I've only thrown the one backwards pass I will own up to, but not a shovel pass from the other team.
I remember that pass. He tried to throw it to Ray Bentley, and he just totally missed, and
It's all
was
his
picked
fault.
up and returned for a touchdown. Oh, yeah, it was definitely Bentley's fault. Luyendula to the end zone, almost intercepted. Testing McFly again. Not a formula for success. That one somehow dropped.
I hate saying it, but they're being too aggressive. 2nd and 7, pound the rock. Get yourself in a 3rd and much more manageable. But now again, it's a short field, and they're gonna have
Second and 7. Sandlin's still averaging 8 yards per carry.
Yeah.
So in theory, 2nd and 7, you give it to him, you get a first down.
Don't run a route short of the sticks, please.
Luyendula to pass, 7-step drop, fires short of the sticks to Nick Castle, and that one's out of bounds at the 10. That'll bring up a 4th and 3, and now we will definitely see the field goal unit come out. Chip Longfellow for the field goal try.
Now, if they had ran that sequence in the reverse, if they had ran the ball and then thrown that on the next down, might have been great because you get 5 more yards first down, off a run. But up 3 points is better than none.
This one will be from 27 yards out, right in the center of the hash. Good snap, kick by Longfellow is up and through. 31-27 Baltimore with the lead here in Vultures Field in Baltimore, Maryland. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. We'll be back after a short break. Stay with us. Giovanni Bolt standing back by his own goal line, looking to strike twice, Matt. Trying to get another kick return for a touchdown here.
Lightning never strikes twice.
Well, Steve, you're right. Yeah, so far. So the Week 7 matchup, Seattle 31, Baltimore 34. The Vultures scored a special teams touchdown, 2 defensive touchdowns, Matt. There was 2 pick sixes by that secondary, and Bolt with a punt return for a touchdown. Sandlin held to less yards than he has tonight, and it started their streak of 3 consecutive home games with 30-plus points. A good time for the Vultures, bringing them to their 10-2 record in the regular season. Now 11-2 after their playoff win in the quarterfinals. Daley Holder with his 5th catch. Holder now with 100 yards on the night, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, he's a key member of this offense, made some big plays tonight, and sets them up pretty sweet. 2nd and 2, they can run gains or they can try something a little more exotic, but full back in there, I think we're going to see a run.
And we really haven't seen much out of Gaines yet tonight. Only 10 rushing attempts. Now 11 and hit in the backfield, tackle for a loss. There's Denzel Maverick. I mentioned him on the last series, Matt, seeing if he could get involved in the ball game. Just haven't really seen much out of him for being one of the top sackers in the league. Is that a word, sackers? He's one of the best. 15 on the regular season.
Sounds like a snack, sackers.
I could go for some sackers right now. Delicious. Extra salt. That one over the middle to Lloyd Graham. Lloyd Graham Jr. breaking tackles. Look at that tight end go. Do it, big fella.
I think I'm cutting you and signing him, Mike. Jeez, I've never seen moves like that before.
Well,
I think this is the most spectacular I've ever seen out of a tight end. Watch this. Whoop, spins, and then breaks a tackle.
I am not that athletic.
I mean, just for the spin alone, you don't see a tight end spin. It's like gravity doesn't work that way.
Well, the good news, Matt, if you can convince Ramos to cut me and replace me with Lloyd Graham Jr., all you have to do is change the nameplate, since he also is number 83.
Works for me.
Gaines off tackle to the right, getting one of his best carries of the night as he rumbles forward for a gain of 8 up to the Seattle 37-yard line. And Baltimore with the 4-point lead here late in the third quarter. If they can get a touchdown, Matt, suddenly we have our first 2-score game of the night.
Yeah, don't count your chickens yet, though. We've said how good the Seattle defense is, especially not allowing touchdowns.
Gaines with the first down carry up to the 33-yard line. You know, not getting it done in huge chunks tonight, as long as only 12, but doing what he needs to do. His team is winning, and he's just got another first down, keeping the drive alive.
Yeah, I mean, and being effective when you need to be, although I would argue that Sandlin's been more effective, but his team is losing, so my prediction could be flushed down the toilet, but there's a lot of game left to go.
Offset eye on first down and 10. Dazzo under center. He will throw. Checks it down to Gaines. No blocker. Tackled for a loss. Again, seen that happen a few times tonight. Appreciate everybody watching the 11 Sports Network. You're watching the Simulation Football League semifinals. This is game 2. Denver beat the Tallahassee Pride in game 1 earlier tonight. And this game will decide who goes to Denver for the championship. You can find out more information by visiting simulationfl.net. Second and 13. Dazzo pump fake, throws it to Gaines. Gaines, the block is out in front of him this time. Getting a nice gain up to the 27-yard line and a third down and a manageable 3. Matt, 92 people with us right now watching on twitch.tv/11sportsnext.
So they need to tell eight people to join us. 8 more.
Now,
come on, guys. Spread the word.
Tell
your mom, your grandma's second cousin.
There's thousands of people watching this game right now around the world, Matt.
Well, then they should get onto Twitch.
We're just looking for 8 of you to join the twitch.tv/11sportsnext chat. Get us over that 100-yard mark. Pass overthrown to Lloyd Graham Jr. Matt, I would have caught that one. Just throwing that out there, just for my career's sake.
More importantly, that's huge because that was third down. So now a field goal for Seattle, for Baltimore, they're only going to be up by 7. It's only a 1-score game still.
Absolutely. Great job by the Seattle defense. Field goal try by Shark Tarkington from the right hash. This one from about 43, 44 yards out. Good snap. Kick is on its way. High kick. And that one's through it. I think that was good from about 65 yards, Matt.
That was good from the moon. We always land on.
That thing left the stadium. My goodness. Take another look at this kick. Look at that. Off the camera. Will it ever come back? There it is. Very briefly. We're watching the Simulation Football League semifinals on the 11 Sports Network. We'll be back after a short break. And welcome back. Matt, while we were at break, 100 viewers are chatting with us in the twitch.tv/11sportsnext chat. You too can get involved in that chat if you would like. There are players from both teams, coaches from both teams, and all sorts of others in there. Shout out to those of you in the chat: Doug Day, MBM Willis, Mr. Sandman 57, C. Roland 84, Yogi Bar 60, AJ Today Jackson. That's Ashley Jackson. Hi, Ashley. Teflon Ron 129, Man Robinson TMG 82. That's T. Roy Gaines in the house. 0 rising. So many more. Dave Axis. Haven't seen Andy in a while. He must be playing on TikTok. First down and 10 after that pass to senior the third up to the 31-yard line. And Seattle is on their way on this drive, Matt, looking to tie this one back up.
Yeah, they got some work to do, but Sandlin, I still think, is the guy you want to give the ball to in majority of these plays.
First and 10, Sandlin does indeed get the handoff.
That's why you give it to him.
That's why you give it to him. Broke his game average of 8 yards per carry and got it all the way up past the 41-yard line. Another first down on the drive. How can you get involved in the league, Matt? SimulationFL.net is our website. You can join our Discord community. There are all sorts of ways that you can get involved, from having your own player on a team, like so many. There are hundreds of people involved in this league now. 21 teams this season. Will have 20 in season 14, and then expansion for season 15. Louis Ndula deep down the field, tipped and nearly intercepted. Dangerous pass, trying to hit Mason Kirby on what looked like the same sort of play they did to end the game last week. Not quite deep enough that time.
Baltimore scouted that one. I mean, their safeties were playing deep zone, and that was a nice play.
That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 27-34, Baltimore with the lead after 3 quarters of play. Put your fours up. We will be back after a short break. Don't go anywhere. There's more football action right around the corner. We'll finish this one up after this. Tonight's SFL semifinal game on the 11 Sports Network is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help secure the bag. By ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel, and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And by Spygoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. These awesome aerial views of Baltimore brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com, that's AIRVUZ.com, to see more drone footage. Let's get this fourth quarter started. Matt, Seattle is on a drive at their own 41-yard line, second down and 10. Luyandula, short pass over the middle is caught. Bring up a third down and 5. I'm Mike Daggs, your play-by-play commentator tonight, joined in the booth this week and every week by the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, the Bronze Bomber himself, Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith is tracking our live stats and making us sound much, much smarter than we are. Luyendula in the gun, split backs in the backfield, 3rd down and 5, a key 3rd down on this drive. Luyendula with time fires out at the line of scrimmage. That one hauled in by the fullback, and that is going to put an end to the drive for the Tyrants.
And it was a bad offensive play call. They had Max protected, and Baltimore just dropped probably in a cover 4. And with only 3 targets, you're not getting very much open space.
Coffin's on to punt once again. Only his 3rd punt of the night. This one taken by Bolt at the 19-yard line. Bolt on the return. Always dangerous, but only gets that one up to the 28-yard line.
Both ways is dangerous.
And Baltimore will take over on offense once again. Matt, so far Baltimore's only drive where they did not score, there was 2. There was their opening drive of the game where they threw an interception that led to Seattle's first points, and then the only other time they haven't scored when they've had the ball is when they ran out of time at the end of the first half. Otherwise, they just keep on scoring. T-Roy Gaines has the ball with blockers. Tries to stiff arm his defender, but can't, and gets tackled at the 36-yard line after a gain of 8.
Still a good job. That looked a little bit messy. I didn't see very many blockers, but Gaines made the most of it. But 2nd and 2 is very easy to convert into a first down. Just 2 yards, right? Come on.
Should be able to do it. Gaines hasn't had a huge game on the ground, but he is averaging over 3 yards per carry. Just like he was the last time these teams met. This time goes nowhere. Denzel Maverick, I called him out too, and there he is once again. And he probably made a few other tackles that I didn't see his number, but it's been tough running up the middle.
How can you miss that, man? Oh God,
that's one of your buffet boys, I would imagine.
Old Country out of business again.
He ate all the food. Gaines up the middle.
Nice.
Good for the first down that time. Maverick kind of shot into the backfield that time, Matt, and missed. Gaines hopped over him.
Gaines, that's more of his game. He's more of a, elusive kind of guy, not a lower the shoulder, pull you over kind of guy. So,
T-Roy Gaines in the chat says, "I need to run to my left."
Just need to run for a first down.
You just need to run. Trips formation to the bottom of the screen. This one out route to the left-hand side. Incomplete pass intended for Daly Holder.
Good job by 39 breaking that up. I thought that was going to be a nice little gain for Baltimore. And Baltimore has got to be thinking, if we could put a long drive together, run this clock down to like 4 minutes and be up 10 points or more, feeling pretty good about yourselves.
Direct 900, that's Junior Senior the third in the chat, says, "Mav, buddy, just drive the center to the side, not into the ground." Gaines takes the handoff, trying to get around the defensive line, can't do it. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage, they'll spot him a yards. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
I'd say this is the biggest 3rd down so far of the game. Seattle gets a stop and they're back in business.
Great teams on 3rd down, both of them. Baltimore and Seattle, 61% 3rd down conversion percentage. Tied for first place in the SFL.
This is where Denzel Maverick needs to step up and get a sack.
Dazzo to throw, Maverick coming. Complete, but out of bounds. Bishop Warfield couldn't turn upfield, and Matt, I think you called that one.
The Maverick factor.
Yeah,
He's
it wasn't
coming.
a sack, but
yeah, sometimes QB pressures are just as important because Baltimore did not pick up the first good enough, get the punt, and now you're like I say, back in business on offense. They should get at least at the 15-yard line, I'm thinking.
yeah, an absolutely huge stop for this defense. We mentioned how it's one of the top defenses in the league, and as I talked about, it would only, this is their first punt of the night. They only had one other drive that they didn't score, not counting the end of the first half, and that was with the interception. This dominant defense getting it done. Top 5 in all of those categories: rushing touchdowns, total defense, passing defense, first downs allowed. Only team to rank in the top 4 this season in each of those categories. So this defense is dominant, but they've allowed 34 points tonight.
Oh, God. Oh, look
Middle,
out.
breaking tackles
Oh, no.
past the 30. I think he's
Oh, does
passed
he have
all the
the gas?
defenders into the open field, being chased down from behind, but breaks
no.
the tackle. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Oh.
And this
Whoa, geez,
is
be
a
careful,
whole new
man.
ball game.
And he's rowing his boat back.
What on earth?
Yeah, he's gently down the stream. I mean,
What do you do? Celebrate at the end?
yeah, 260. He was taunting. I don't know if I do, but
I don't think
I mean,
he had
look-
that much of space, did he?
nice block there. One man to beat. Look at him just rip it off. Watch him. He's gonna celebrate. He goes, I better not celebrate. I'm gonna get tackled. Watch.
Oh my!
He's like, oh shoot.
Willis was getting ready to swat that right out of his hand.
Yeah, pop it back like Bills Dallas in the old Super Bowl with Don Beebe. Bills didn't win the game, but it was a nice effort play. So that's why you give it to Sandlin.
Tony Willis missing the tackle, but trying to chase him back down. Had the speed to do it, but just came up short. And now we are all tied up. 34-34, 7 minutes, 13 seconds to go in this one. It is still anybody's ball game. Big plays have been plentiful tonight. You're watching the Simulation Football League semifinals on 11 Sports. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Vultures Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. Mike Daggs in the booth with Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith on live stats. 34-34 as we continue to go back and forth. Matt, that was now a enormous stop by the Seattle Tyrants defense as they were able to finally force Baltimore to punt. And right out of the gate, they're able to hand the ball off to Sandlin and get a touchdown to tie it up. Anybody's ball game. Looking to head to Denver next week. Both of these teams, the number 2 and number 3 teams in playoff seeding, looking to join the number 1 seeded Denver Nightwings in the championship game in Denver 1 week from tomorrow night. First down and 10 for Baltimore. T-Roy Gaines getting the rock, runs up the middle, trying to do what Zach Sandlin did, and he's off to the races.
Bye-bye.
40, 30, being chased down, but can he get stopped? He cannot. He's into the end zone. Baltimore touchdown. T-Roy Gaines.
Oh, Toledo. And Gaines just did a nice celebration there, boy. They were just taunting each other back and forth, throwing big punches, and I guess one big run deserves another, huh? Gaines, using his shiftiness, got spun around there, somehow kept on his feet, and then pulled a little Sandlin here, saying, no, you're not bringing me down 29. Bye-bye.
Taking a look at the reaction.
Look at that. Look at you spun around. I've never seen that before, and just kept the momentum going.
He's a ballerina, that T-Roy Gaines.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you?
Must have been practicing with Tutu the punter.
Taking a look at the reaction in the chat to the T-Roy Gaines touchdown. And, it's kind of funny. Right before that play, T-Roy in the chat, TMG82 says, all right, offense, we need to score a touchdown on this drive. Ball's handed off to T-Roy, and off to the races he goes.
Did it himself.
Yeah, it was like, probably watching the extra point try is up and good. He's watching that Sandlin touchdown while he's sitting on the bench. Turns over to the offensive coordinator, says, here, hold my beer. I don't know why he's drinking beer on the sideline, but he says, hold my beer, gets out on the field.
There's no drinking in the SFL.
I did not see that in the rule book, Matt.
That's just for the crazy Matt Wilson after parties in Mexico. we can do things there we can't do in the States.
71-yard rushing touchdown, a one-play drive. Back-to-back one-play drives. One-play 81-yard touchdown for Sandlin and a one-play 71-yard touchdown by Gaines. Castle taking that one up to the 20-yard line. Matt, how does the SFL work? It's the world's first controllerless esports community. Teams have coaching staffs. They break down film. They build a game plan against their opponents. Users can progress their players. They get their career stats tracked. And hey, just a little side note, you get to hear your name on national television. No big deal. Visit our website, simulationfl.net, to join and find out more. Sandlin, no touchdown on that one as he's met right at the line, but not a bad stat line, averaging 11.5 per carry and 218 yards.
Someone asked me if my point was coming true. Well, I mean, both backs now have had great games, so it's hard to decide, really.
Yeah, look at that. Returning to MVP form, Zach Sandlin, he's rushed for at least 130 yards in his last 4 games. But, I mean, even up and above that, Matt, he's had 190 yards last week. He had only the 98 yards the last time these teams met. Nice catch over the middle by Kirby. But, now with over 200 yards on the night tonight. Thanks in large part to a couple of big carries. But,
nice sidearm throw by Luyandula, squeaking it, to the sides of the lineman, first down. And now, like I said, here we go again. Seattle's moving the ball. I would dial up Sandlin again, give him another shot on first down, see what he can do. Got plenty of time. Run your offense.
Luyandula is going to go deep instead. That one's tipped, and oh my goodness, that one I thought for sure was getting taken away. Joe Dazzo had his hands all over it on the tip drill, but couldn't reel it in. Luyandula dodges a bullet there. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, first I thought catch, then I thought pick, then I thought, I don't know, lots of balls bouncing. Well, one ball, just many bounces.
Second and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Luyandula in the gun with split backs in the backfield. 3 receivers set. Baltimore sends 3. Drops everybody else into coverage. Pressure coming. That one is complete.
Look at that.
Third down and 2. Yeah, I mean, it's identical,
day.
Identical stat lines by these quarterbacks. How is that even a thing?
It is in the playoffs. Now what do you do? This is a tough
I'd
one.
hand it off to Sandlin, run it right up the middle.
Yeah, you got him spread.
And he's averaging a first down per carry. They do indeed hand it off to Sandlin, and there's your first down again.
Look at this clock. Now we're getting into the range where we're in 4-down territory almost. And with Seattle moving the ball, they could, with a long enough drive, score a touchdown and not give Baltimore much time left to score a field goal of their own. Although the Shark Tarkington factor could be in play here.
54-yard long on the season for Shark Tarkington, and we saw one earlier where we thought it could have hit from over 60. Luyandula going deep, going for it all. That one's caught. Hauled in by Mason Kirby. Far and away the leading receiver in tonight's game for the Tyrants.
More big plays, more 20-plus yard plays, and Luyandula just fit it right over. Look at that, right over the top. Great job by Kirby to just get in front of his corner there for safety.
Mason Kirby, 6 receptions for 132 yards with a touchdown, long of 41. He's averaging 22 yards per reception. Luyandula short pass, literally right to Amon Takes. Takes can't haul it in though.
You can't take it away.
Amon Takes can't takes it away on that one.
I disagree with that call. Again, you don't need to be in the gun right now. It's 1st and 10.
I'd run it.
Dial up Sandlin again, see what he gets you, and then you could go from there. But I think we might see Sandlin here.
In a similar situation in game 1 of the semifinals, as Denver was on a drive with about 7 minutes to go and just milking that clock, just plucking away at first downs to
gosh,
there you go. That's why you hand it to Sandlin. He just broke 5 tackles? He's just kind of sidestepping his way to a first down. What was that?
I think we saw him lowering the shoulder. We saw a stiff arm another guy at the same time. I don't know. Look at that guy gets moved. That guy gets moved. That guy gets stiff arm. Oh my god!
Wow!
He just got an aura around him that's makes guys burn if they get near him. I'd give it to him again on the 15. Sure, why not dial him up again?
When you see a stat line showing 11 yards per carry, you usually think that there hasn't been many carries and it was just one big play. He's got over
Look
20.
out!
This time he's almost going to make it into the end zone, but he does get a first down and goal from the 4-yard line. And, now, Matt, we look back at that clock. 3.5 minutes to go. If they're able to score on this next drive, it's going to be tied up, but 3 minutes on the clock, all 3 timeouts for Baltimore, and Shark Tarkington warming up his leg on the sideline.
I think the more important thing you got to worry about here is, remember, we've seen this before. Seattle was close and they couldn't punch it in. Now they're in their gun, though, so this is a little bit different situation. Probably good to rest Sandlin here.
Tristan Carr, 2 touchdown passes already today. On his way to the end zone right now. Pass is to the back of the end zone, and that one's caught for a touchdown, hauled in by Junior Senior the third, his first touchdown of the night.
And leaving the max protect, and Junior Senior the third just runs a nice post route. And Deal puts it right on the numbers, and guess what? It's tied. Wouldn't have it any other way in the semifinals.
3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Taking a look at the reaction to that touchdown. Matt, we had 101 viewers in the chat moments ago.
Back to 98. Come on, people.
Back to 98.
Come on, let's break 100 again.
Oh, low snap. And
oh,
it's
no!
blocked. It's blocked. Don't speak too soon, Matt. It's not tied up. Baltimore retains the lead on a blocked extra point.
Oh, no. We got to see an onside kick here, I think, from Seattle.
Wow, now lining up for an onside kick, totally changing the dynamic of the game. They would have been able to kick it off and play defense. Now they're going to go for the onside kick, down by 1 with 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. And into the hands of Seattle, they recover. Seattle has the ball back. Oh, my goodness.
It worked in their favor almost.
It did. The blocked extra point worked in Seattle's favor.
Oh, my God.
Forced them to do the onside kick, and they recover. Now they're in control of their own fate.
Yeah, they don't have – it's not tied. They're still losing, but I'd rather have the ball.
And the chat is going bananas.
This game is bananas.
Everyone was reacting to the block extra point. Still, when the onside try was recovered by Seattle, and it just flipped from one thing to the next. Baltimore fans are going nuts for the blocked extra point. Then Seattle all of a sudden takes over, going crazy for the onside. My goodness, back to it. First down and 10. The pass is complete over the middle for a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. And like I said, Matt, Seattle controls their own fate.
Yeah, you got Sandlin. You can run it whatever you want. You got 3 timeouts. You only need a field goal to win the game. I would just again, run your normal offense. Don't be in any hurry. Don't go throw happy. Just do what you've been doing all game long.
Sandlin like does indeed take the handoff. Trucks through 2 defenders, and he's off to the races. Down to the 20. Tackled at the 17-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle by Kaz McFly. 277 yards for Sandlin. He is on fire tonight.
277. If they don't win this game, it's a shame. Oh God! It's just people just slide off Sandlin like a hot knife through butter. I don't know. Maybe he is lubricated. We won't ask those questions till after the game. But man,
wow! Down to the 17-yard line as we tick down closer to the 2-minute warning. They don't have to snap the ball if they don't want to. They can let it roll to the 2-minute warning in field goal range.
They should. Maybe Baltimore should let Seattle score.
Yeah, there's so many different factors that come into play as they do indeed snap the ball, hand it off to Sandlin. He carries it up the middle for a gain of 5. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Don't go away.
The exciting conclusion of this one is coming up right after this short break. 2 minutes to go, 40-41. Baltimore with the lead, but Seattle marching right back down the field. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Don't go anywhere. And we're back in Vultures Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. Mike Daggs in the booth, along with Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith on stats. 2 minutes to go. 2nd down and 5 from the Baltimore 12-yard line. Luyendula is going to throw.
Oh,
My goodness.
man.
Throws over the middle. That was complete. Called in by Tristan Carr. 2 touchdowns on the night for Carr. That is his 6th reception. And Baltimore is going to burn their first time out. Look at the amazing playoff finishes that we have had in the final minute. There has been a bunch. This one, I mean, maybe I'm biased because we're calling the game right now, Matt, but to me, this is going to be the greatest finish of any game. Just the craziness that we've seen happen here in this one. 1st down and goal from the 3. Sandlin takes the handoff, runs, met right at the line. He goes nowhere. In fact, he'll lose a yard. And Baltimore burning their 2nd timeout, trying desperately to save as much time as they can, knowing that Seattle is quite likely going to take the lead. They want time to respond.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is if Sandlin doesn't score a touchdown or whoever doesn't score a touchdown,
The Shark Tarkington factor.
The target. Well, no, it wouldn't be enough. They'd be up. No, you're right. The Tarkington. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
much can happen. 2nd down and goal from the 4. Luyendula under center, hands the ball off to Sandlin. Sandlin up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. So the Shark Tarkington factor is now not a thing, as they are going to need a touchdown to win this game. And Matt just
go for 2.
Yeah, they're going to want to go for 2 here for sure. But just to remind everybody about what happened in the quarterfinals, with Seattle taking the win away at the very last second. They beat Alaska on the final play of the game, literally 2 seconds on the clock in the quarterfinals. They threw a deep pass for the walk-off touchdown to Mason Kirby. Can that go against them tonight? As
he didn't make it.
Two-point conversion is no good, and that is huge because now the walk-off touchdown could be a thing. If Baltimore can get this ball back and score a touchdown, they will quite likely win the game. If they can't get a touchdown, then Seattle will take the win.
Well, McFly could take it right here.
Bolt,
sorry.
Giovanni Bolt with a kick return for a touchdown earlier on in the game, way back in the 1st or 2nd quarter. I can't even remember now. So much has happened since
much
then.
Back to the Future. Bolt, McFly, Lightning. I don't know.
You can never get too much. Bolt returning it up the middle, spins, tackled at the 29-yard line. So it's not going to be a special teams touchdown. But Mike Dazzo, the wily old veteran, 23 of 27 on the night, 297 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and a pick. Matt, he's completed 85% of his passes so far. Triple-digit quarterback rating for both of these quarterbacks.
He's going to have to be efficient, but he's going to have to push the ball a little bit more. You can't. You throw in 5-yard outs, although we haven't seen many. It's been feast or famine for these passing games tonight.
Long on the night was the duck to Lloyd Graham Jr. This one's complete over the middle, right out of the gate to Daley Holder. Holder with his 6th catch. He's over 100 yards. So is Graham.
Not spiking it. They must like what they see. Another play.
We'll hurry back to the line. 1.5 minutes to go. That one's nearly intercepted. Batted down and incomplete.
Oh, my heart.
Holder again. Oh, Matt just died. I'm on my own for the rest of the game.
I'm going to have a heart attack on air. You're all going to watch.
Mario Martino with the swat down. He had a pick earlier on in the very first series of the game. Taking the ball away. That was the only pick Dazzo has thrown.
I think
Sector 6
Sector 6 needs to sell paper bags I can breathe into. Like an airplane.
Logoed paper bags. I think they make slightly more higher quality product than paper bags, Matt.
Just saying, make some money.
3 receivers set, split backs in the backfield here on 2nd down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 1:27 to go, 1 timeout for Baltimore. Dazzo under center. He will throw. Out route is complete. Hauled in by Daley Holder, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:23, 3rd and 3.
Obviously 4-down territory here, but you want to make sure you get that first. I mean, you don't get the first, it's game over.
46-41. 87 points between these two teams. Seattle has not won this season if they've allowed more than 30 points. 41 have been allowed tonight. 3rd down and 3. Dazzo in the gun. 4 receivers on the field for the Vultures. Dazzo to throw. Going deep over the middle. That one's incomplete. Batted away. Well defended by Mahmoud Ajlauni. Intended for Bishop Warfield.
They had him. He had a guy past the marker. He tried to go deep and it didn't get it. This is it. This is the ball game right here. If Baltimore doesn't get this first, it's over.
This is
Get your
the
best
first time two teams have scored over 40 each in the same playoff game since the season 1 championship, which was 45-41.
Watch out for Maverick.
46-41 here. 4th down and 3. This one for the ball game. Dazzo to throw. Hit as he releases. It's complete. Bishop Warfield into the end zone. Touchdown. Baltimore reclaims the lead with 1:13 to go.
But they're still up big at 13 to go. And Seattle has
And 3 timeouts.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Back
Baltimore
and forth we go. Now over 90 combined points in this semifinal game.
Oh. Hold on. Hold on, Matt.
Matt, do we need to call the medics to the booth?
My heart's beating through my chest strap. I'm gonna unstrap myself and fall face first onto the keyboard.
Stay in the chair, Matt. Stay in the chair. The chat absolutely blowing up. They're going just as bananas as we are.
And now they're
Baltimore's going to go for 2. They want to make sure that it's still a 3-point game.
Don't do it to me. I can't handle overtime.
Gaines takes the handoff, running off tackle to the right. He can't get there. Tackled at the 1-yard line. Brought down by Kane Vasquez. And that means it's a 1-point ball game. 1:13 to go. And Seattle is going to get the ball back one last time.
Maybe.
You never know. There might be 6 more possessions between the teams. Who knows in this game?
If you're not on Twitch, I don't know why you're not on Twitch.
Kick taken by Nick Castle in the end zone. He's going to save as much time as he can as he kneels it and brings his team out to the 20-yard line. And Matt, we talked about it much earlier on in this broadcast. These kickers, Shark Tarkington for the Vultures, the better of the 2 kickers. Chip Longfellow, the kicker for the Tyrants, had an extra point blocked, which sent us into the situation that we're in now. The game could reside on his leg. And you can get involved yourself. If you'd like to be part of this action, visit simulationfl.net today and click the link to join our Discord community. He passed down the right sideline. That one's hauled in and complete. Mason Kirby getting them closer to field goal range as they are already at the Baltimore 48-yard line. Oh, my God. Can you even do analysis at this point?
Big plays. I mean, he reached over, throwing it into the hornet's nest over Thornberry. Makes the grab, getting his team almost, 25 yards away from field goal attempt range.
The chat's still going absolutely crazy.
They still have all their timeouts. They can run the ball if they want, honestly.
It looks like they might. Offset I formation, 2 receivers on the field.
Oh,
and
no!
a free play. They're going to check it down to the fullback. That one is caught and returned, advanced up to about the 43-yard line. We'll get the call. It obviously was an offsides.
Hey, refs, turn around. It's important.
Yep. We're over here. Concordia with the reception. They will accept that penalty. So it will be a 1st down and 5. Championship game a week from tomorrow night. We can only hope that the championship is
I might not be alive to see it.
Matt's going to die very soon, but for those of you who are still going to be alive on October 30th, Wednesday, next week.
109 viewers watching right now.
Appreciate each and every one of you being here to watch this game. It is wild. Luyendula in the gun, 3 receiver set. Luyendula out route to the top of the screen. That one is caught and out of bounds at the 37-yard line is Senior the third.
They're doing this so effectively. They don't want to score too fast again.
Right, I know. That's what happened last time. They punched it right in and gave Baltimore the chance to score, and they did, and now it's up to them again.
Well, Baltimore only has 1 timeout, so if I get, 20-yard line and in, I just run the ball, use my timeouts, and kick the field goal and say, I'm going to the championship. But they could throw a pick.
Longfellow had one blocked earlier, so.
Oh, my God.
Who knows? Who knows if they even trust him right now? Luyendula. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
He just threw it to the Vultures.
Oh, man.
Who is he looking at? I think Luyendula needs to calm down now.
That was a dead carcass waiting to be ripped apart by a vulture, but they missed.
I don't know who he was throwing it to, but Joe Dazzo in on the play. So So you take a look at junior, senior, the third. 4 receivers set for the Tyrants from the 37-yard line. Luyendula back to pass again. Deep down the right sideline. And that one's caught, and they're in field goal range. That one hauled in by Nick Castle. And Baltimore burns their final timeout with 47 seconds to go. So, Matt, what do you do? Do you trust your kicker, or do you keep on trying to get it in the end zone?
It's tough because I've seen the way the kicking game has been going, man. I don't know.
I think I just run Sandlin.
Run Sandlin and see what happens. You got 3 timeouts, so you have enough time, all the time in the world. If I'm Baltimore, I don't even line up on defense. I just let them score.
Just to let them score so you get another shot at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen here. There's 8 in the box for the Vultures. They do hand the ball off to Sandlin. Sandlin crushed right at the line, but that's going to allow the clock to tick down all the way to nothing if they want. They can call timeout with about 4 or 5 seconds on the clock and kick what should be the game-winning field goal if it's not blocked again. And if he doesn't miss. This kicker's not automatic even from this range.
No.
Luyendula letting the clock tick down. Less than 20 seconds to go in game 2 of the semifinals.
I think he's just going to just let it run down to 2 seconds. Oh, no.
Snap it with 10 seconds and 7, 6. Don't forget to call a timeout. 3.
Oh, God.
Timeout.
Oh, God. I thought oh, my
with
God.
3 seconds left. I think someone was paying attention.
I've seen that happen before, once or twice before, where a team didn't use their timeouts at the end of the game, and boy, that would have been a disaster. Someone would have got
player patting Crash Combs on the back right there.
Yeah, somebody said, "Oh, McFly."
Seattle trailing by 1 point with 3 seconds to go in the ball game. Chip Longfellow, who had his extra point blocked earlier in this quarter, on the field from 31 yards out to send the team to the championship game from the right hash. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Seattle wins the ball game 49-47. They are headed to the championship.
Whew, Longfellow atoned for his past sins there, and boy, what a game. I don't know.
What was the wildest game I think we have had all season long, Matt? Seattle comes away with the victory 49-47 in a game that went back and forth all game long. The Seattle Tyrants pulling off the victory, their first victory when allowing more than 30 points.
Well,
and
I said,
what a game to get it done in.
I said it, stuff like that was made to be broken. I also said at the beginning of the game, the more effective running back would probably win the game. And Zach Sandlin was unstoppable tonight.
28 carries, 291 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Zach Sandlin with his long 81-yard carry to help propel his team to the championship. Congratulations to the Seattle Tyrants as they advance on to the championship game next week to face the Denver Nightwings. A long road behind them, now with only 1 game left for potentially being crowned SFL champions. Matt, your final thought in this one?
I mean, it's just an incredible game. Glad to have been a part of it, and just, I don't know. My heart can't take much
absolutely
more.
Wild. I'll let you catch your breath, Matt. This is the first team to ever win 2 playoff games in the final minute of regulation, back-to-back weeks. First team to ever do it. Sandlin trolling just a little bit there, and wow, what a game to get it done. The SFL. Yep, go ahead, Matt.
It just felt like there was 3 more possessions that shouldn't have happened. You had the block extra point, then you had the onside kick recovery, Seattle scores, then Baltimore scores, and then Seattle scores again. There shouldn't have been those 3 possessions, but if the block extra point hadn't happened, I mean, who knows what would have gone down, but that's what makes the SFL so great. Anything can happen.
The SFL Season 13 championship game kicks off in 8 days. Wednesday, October 30th. The pregame show starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and kickoff is at 8, right here on the 11 Sports Network. Matt, Seattle's been one of the top scoring teams in the league during the regular season, and they have one of the top defenses, but Denver has the stingiest defense, allowing the least amount of points per game. And they're going to be going up against a team that's finding ways to pull off victories even in the last second. This one was an absolutely wild game. Special shout out once again to Gerald Smith on stats. Truly appreciate you being with Matt and I all season long. And Matt, I would be truly missing out if I didn't give you a special shout out as well. Appreciate you calling all of these games with me. It has been an excellent season, and I'm looking forward to doing this again with you next season. It wouldn't be the same without you. Our player of the game is Zach Sandlin, 28 carries, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh, and don't forget 9 receiving yards, too. May as well add those ones on there. This has been a truly wild presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, presented by APM Music. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League and 11 Sports, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, everybody, and have a great night. We'll see you in the championship.